Blessed is the man that worketh not in the counsel of the heathen, that sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in this law I see ideth sunrise and sundown. Him I go dear like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth fruit in his season. Him leaf never I will wither, and whatsoever him doeth shall prosper. Yea! The heathen them now, they saw them dear like a chaff, which the wind driveth away. Therefore the heathen them never go turn upon judgment of the sin among them in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord God, Jah, love the way of the righteous and the way of the sin among them always and always. I will perish. Let the people of the Most High God say, Jah. We grumabia tela exag beer tana istalina bashante shante 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 kadma we grumabia tela This is the Black Pot, aka AKUFO-ADDO'S, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Blakk Rasta. Now, in every traditional African home, there is a black pot. And each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking. Yes, ingredients of so many different types, shapes, sizes, aromas, and even flavors. Abandon and put aside all their differences and relocate into the black pot so that they'll be subjected to some amount of heat. In that process, they produce what is known as food. And the food goes to the benefit of the eaters, you and I, and not the black pot. Neither does it go to the benefit of the ingredients. Yet every time that collaborative effort would continue to happen so selflessly, it is this selflessness that we must all uphold in high esteem and not selfishness. Yes, we must be that tree planting generation, that generation that knows that it will not live long enough to enjoy the shades of the trees, yet it will continue to plant the seedlings for the next generations and other generations to come to benefit from that. After all, we are also benefiting from seedlings that were planted that have become trees in these times by generations that did not live long enough to enjoy these shades. We must be that tree planting generation. Remember that the black pot represents the continent of Africa and the ingredients represent us. We must come together, collaborate to produce development for our people, our continent, our land. This is the Black Pot, and we are live on Pan-African TV, Africa's only Pan-African TV. We are also live on Loud Silence TV, super live on Black Empire TV. All across the globe, we are seen. We are masters of Pan-Africanism, and we are ably supported by ISIT. ISIT. And ISIT simply means in spirit, in truth. In spirit, in truth. If you're tired of social media's negativity, all the nakedness, nudity, all the racism, all the violence, then your app is ISIT. Now, ISIT can be downloaded for free on App Store and Google Play. What does it do? It does everything that social media does except the negative ones. You can go live, you can upload your photos, upload your videos, you can meet great people with like minds, and then inspire people and also be inspired. Yes, you can make video calls, go live, and make ordinary audio calls. It is that app that represents you. It is built by Africans, in fact, Ghanaians. And it is for Africans. Support the African business, and the rest of the world will come on board. This is it, no matter where you are around the world. Sierra Leone, Mauritania, Libya, Nigeria. This is your app. It's called ISIT. Connect with family and friends and make sure that you are enjoying what is known as responsible social media. Now, the good thing about ISIT is that nothing negative can come out. We have powerful algorithms that will swallow up, sap up everything negative that will come from any individual. Those algorithms fish out those before they even come out, and nobody gets to see them. That is why we say that this is a very powerful app, and it is called Is It, in spirit, in truth. Download that for free on App Store and also Google Play, and make sure that you are hooked onto a responsible social media platform. Remember, we are also live on our YouTube channel. It's called Blakk Empire Media, BLAKK for Blakk Empire Media. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and click on the notification button, and let us continue to uphold the power of Africa. Now, today we have a number of things to look at, and I'm so much in a hurry to go into them. Number one, it says what? Watch it. It's coming with force. Michael Essien, angry with Ghana. Who is Michael Essien? This is the guy. He was a midfielder who played so well for Chelsea. He played so well for Ghana. There was a time he and his father had a certain problem, and the controversy was all over the place. In fact, growing up, it was only his mother who took care of him. In the ghettos of Accra and beyond, the central region, all the way down to the greater Accra region, he tried to play football. His father never took care of him. And when he grew up, and by some grace that came upon him and his own hard work and prayer, he was able to play international football. He played for Chelsea and some other such wonderful international clubs. And above all, he played for his nation, Ghana. He scored a number of goals. He's been capped several times. And, well, after some time, he and his father patched up. After journalists visited the father, realized that he was living in a deplorable situation. He was begging his son to forgive him. Well, his son forgave him and did so much for him. It wasn't long before the father died. But they had actually been able to patch up their differences. It's just to give you a background of who this gentleman is. There was a time he was dating Nadia Buhari. In fact, the actress that Ghana loves so much when it comes to acting. She's one of the most beloved ladies on our silver screens. But their relationship fell off the road. Somebody would say it fell on the rocks, and it was announced by Nadia Buhari herself. From that time, Nadia Buhari has not been herself. I'm not sure Essien has been himself too. But he's married to a new woman and he's enjoying life. But today, we are not really talking about Essien, his romance, and his personal life. We are talking about his life in relation to Ghana. Why Essien is bitter about Ghana? Is he really bitter? What is the truth? Now they say when a crocodile comes out of water to tell you that when the fish is asleep, it closes only one eye. You must believe it. Same way if the fish comes out of water and tells you that when the crocodile is asleep, it wags its tail left, right, and center. You must believe it. What is the story said? Come here, let's look at it together. Quickly, it says, former Black Stars midfielder Michael Essien's not interested response to whether he would consider working for Ghana as a manager has rekindled the narrative about him being bitter about the nation. Essien seldom involves himself in national team activities, especially the Black Stars, aside sending well wishes prior to games and celebrating wins. His relationship appears not to be as close as other former footballers share with the team after retirement. Therefore, his response to Nigerian journalist Lolade Adewiyi came as a little surprise to most Ghanaians, as it validates the narrative that he holds grudges against Ghanaians. According to Prince Tego, who played with Essien at the Black Stars, the ex-Chelsea man still feels hurt by the unfair treatment he faced during his international football. So this is Prince Tego saying that. Now, speaking with Angel FM, Tego gave the genesis of Essien's bitterness about Ghana. For somebody like Michael Essien, personally, Ghanaians didn't treat him well. If I have to be honest, some of us can say for a fact that Ghanaians did not treat him well. At the time when he was at the peak playing for Chelsea, he helped and played for Ghana. But when he started getting injuries and started to lose form for the likes of Anthony Annan to replace him, the fans used to talk trash about him. that he's nobody and can decide not to play for the Black Stars, he said. Michael Essien's profile is similar to Stephen Appiah, and these are the people who can help Ghana football. For Essien, we did not treat him well in everything, including captaincy. So if he had decided not to come close to the Black Stars, and well, that's why he has decided not to come close to the Black Stars, dash it away. So the sense is made out of this. Come here, hear me now, watch. Listen, Essien is apparently not happy with the Black Stars. He cannot be angry with Ghanaians. He's angry with the handlers of the Black Stars and a cross-section of Ghanaian football fans who talk trash. Now, let's not look at this as a football issue alone. Let's go deeper into it. Hear me now. You see, put football aside. Ghanaians are a kind of people, I don't know for Nigerians, I don't know for Kenyans, I don't know for Cameroonians, but I know for Ghanaians. You can kill yourself for Ghanaians. And when you are not in the capacity to deliver the same things that you were doing, Ghanaians easily forget that you ever did anything positive for them. They forget you. The only time Ghanaians will endorse you is after white people have endorsed you. We have said this time and again. Our footballers cease to be empty-headed. They know nothing until they start playing their football abroad. True or false? You can be the magician footballer in Ghana. You can score 7 trillion goals in a match. Nobody will look your direction until Chelsea calls you to come and play. Until Torino calls you to come and play. Even China. If nobody calls you to play international football, you are nothing. We all of a sudden forgot how Essien Arantes de Nascimento, aka Pele, was able to stand firm with the Brazilian team, help the Brazilian team to grow, refusing to play international football, as in playing club football for different countries except Brazil. Today, where is Brazil? You cannot talk football in the world without mentioning Brazil. Everybody wants to call himself a Brazilian player. In Ghana, we have young Brazilians. In some other countries, we have young Brazilians. Today, they are thinking about naming a whole stadium in Ghana after Essien Arantes de Nascimento, a.k.a. Pele. But look at the sacrifice he had to go through. In our country, they will never call you for the Black Stars until you play your football abroad. The few locals who are called to come and join the Black Stars, the national team, they will bench them and keep them warming the benches. That's what they do to them generally. In this country, it is very, very difficult to appreciate heroes. Nobody is interested in you. So you push yourself to the top, and then when the handlers of the Black Stars see that, oh, you are doing something for yourself and you have been endorsed by white people, they try to invite you over. And some people get angry. They do not even want to play for the Black Stars. There was a time Abedi Pele did not want to play for the Black Stars. There was another time Tony Abua did not want to play for the Black Stars because of such confusions and unnecessary rivalry. Today, if Michael Essien is peeved, I can understand him. This is what we all go through. It is not only in football, through music and some other such areas and phases of life, we are able to tell that we have ungrateful people who live with us. We have politicians who refuse to steal whilst they were in power. Politicians who gave their everything to see the nation rise. At the end of the day, when they retire with nothing, people insult them and say they've led a bad life. One Bobra. How can you be such a great politician in your days and then you retire with just a single room or one house? Look at the other one. He didn't even stay long in politics. He has this, he has that, he has that, he has... They will mention a plethora of properties that he has. What are we telling the loyal ones? What are we telling the patriotic ones? In Michael Essien's case, he was killing himself for Ghana. We all knew that he was the midfield dynamo. He would fall and crack and break and kick and score. But when he started getting injured and couldn't rise to the form, Anthony Annan Find me the photograph of Anthony Annan of the Black Stars. He was a youngster. And he replaced Essien. And Ghanaians started talking. Oh, Anthony Annan is even better than Essien. Far better than him. Oh, we don't even need him in the Black Stars anymore. Let him go to hell. You see, Okonfo Boni Awatina Yari for Ama, Okonfo Pabe Tunono. You hear that? The bad herbalist who took care of the patient until the real good herbalist arrived. We do not betray him. That's what it means. My brother, what is wrong with us? What is wrong with us? This Anthony Annan, I have known Anthony Annan from Takrady days. I have known Anthony Annan as a struggler. Essien was already there. He made his name. If Anthony Annan was coming, there was no need to spark up a certain rivalry between Anthony Annan and the senior player Michael Essien. Today, Michael Essien is feeling peeved. There was a time I also felt peeved. So bad I wanted to go live abroad and forget about all these shenanigans. Yes, there was a time like that. I remember when I made the Barack Obama song. It was all over the world. And Obama heard it and decided to come to Ghana. And some people believe that I did not deserve to meet Obama at all. No credit should be given to Blakk Rasta. Who is he? He's nobody. Oh, who? What? They rather were mentioning other people who were in the periphery. People who were right there on the circumference. Yes, who were in the outskirts, were not in the real action at the time that we're pushing the Barack Obama agenda. They were those people who were mentioning deserve to meet Obama. And I sat back and I told myself, this is not a country worth dying for. Honestly. But an angel appeared before me and said, oh, are you going to give up because of this? This is nothing. Do you know what Nkrumah went through? Do you know what Nnamdi Azikiwe went through? Do you know what Jomo Kenyatta went through? Do you know what Kambaraje Nyerere went through? And I finally ended up meeting Barack Obama. And that's the photograph there. That's me and Barack Obama. Yes, we had fun. We had dinner. And many people were so angry. In fact, some Ghanaians, if they had a certain a button that they could press, and I will explode and never meet Obama, they will press it 20 million times, so I don't even return. Yet when I was making that song, many were those who said, oh, what is that song all about? It's nothing. The man would never even be president. You see, so we pull out our own personal experiences, and then we step into the shoes of people like Essien, and we are able to tell what they go through. For Essien, I want to tell you, listen, these are just a handful of Ghanaians who spoke trash about you. We all know when you got injured, Nadia Buhari came all the way from Ghana to take care of you. We heard it. Even the president of Ghana came to visit you. I remember clearly. Remember all those brilliant moments. The president himself came to visit you when you were injured. You were camera shy. But we saw the president with you. Whilst you were nursing your injury, it tells you that the people of Ghana love you. Just a few urchins and idiots might say anything about you, but they all come together to make the game of football sweet. Comparing people unnecessarily, arguing unnecessarily. All these things go with the game of football. We love you. We appreciate you. Never ever think about getting angry with any Ghanaian because Anthony Annan replaced you when you were injured and they didn't give you your right accolades. That's why Bob Marley says, and that's why every Rasta man will tell you that we do not accept to be judged by the laws of men. If you want to follow what men say, you would go into an early grave. Look unto the Maker, the man who created you, and the purpose for which you decided to sacrifice your life. When you look at those things, today, where's Anthony Annan, the one who replaced you? Is he still there? Is he still there? No, he's not there. He did nothing wrong. It's just Ghanaians who are used to that. Look at what they are doing today. They are you. Look at what they are doing today. They are you. Insults all over the place, including some idiots insulting his father. and insulting his family. Does his father play football? What has his father done? So that's Ghana for you. I have learned that if I follow what Ghanaians say, I will end up relocating to space. Essien, I am not a big follower of football, but I love you. I love the way you played. If you give me an opportunity, I will meet with you. I will embrace you and feel your heartbeat, and I'll whisper into your ears that Ghana loves you. Africa loves you. The whole world will remember you. You are bigger than just Ghanaian fans. You have fans all over the world. You will stay a hero. You were one of the gentlemen. You will never speak. You will just go and do your speaking on the football pitch and leave. God bless you, my brother. Dash it away and bring me the next thing, my brother. Next story we are looking at. Well, on there, my brother. Professor Frimpong Boating mentions AKUFO-ADDO'S criminal Galamsey appointees. I'll take it again. Professor Frimpong Boating mentions AKUFO-ADDO'S criminal Galamsey appointees. Oh, so Nana AKUFO-ADDO has criminal Galamsey appointees, and he says he's fighting Galamsey. I will want to understand this. Oh, is it true? Dash him away and come here. This is Frimpong Boating. That's him. Frimpong Boating. I love this man. He's a professor. That's him. He was appointed by the President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana AKUFO-ADDO. Hey, watch this. It says, Professor Frimpong Boating names top government officials engaged in Galamsey. Hold it there. He names them. But before this, what happened? Let's look at the chronology. Professor Frimpong Boating granted an interview, and in that interview, he claimed that he knew people in the Flagstaff house who were engaged in Galamsey. And the president knew them, but was only pretending not to know them. Watch it. You see it? Published on the 13th day of March in 2023, this year. Some officials at presidency currently involved in Galamsey. Professor Frimpong Boating, and this Galamsey thing is illegal mining, destroying our land, stealing our gold. And look at what they do to the land. Can you see that? The water looks like a benquine. That is palm nut soup. That's what it is. Flora and fauna destroyed. The land poisoned. And a lot of people die in these Galamsey pits. People are shot and killed. A lot of criminal activities are ongoing there. A lot of youths are wasting their lives there. It's terrible. Galamsey. Watch it. It says, former Environment, Science and Technology Minister, Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boating, says there are many top government officials engaged in illegal mining, popularly known as Galamsey. Dash. That's what sparked up the whole thing. That's what touched the lion's tail. See what happened? When he mentioned this, the government started shaking because this was a government appointee. As you saw, Minister of what? Environment, Science and blah, blah, blah. This was a medical doctor who did a lot of things for himself and for the nation. Open heart surgery, he did it. He used his own money to establish a whole health outfit. All in the name of this great country. All of a sudden, they betrayed him and said that he had stolen some machines, some excavators used for Galamsey. They made it look like Professor Boating was actually in support of Galamsey and was part of the Galamsey activity happening. Galamsey that he was supposed to fight against as a minister. This is terrible. So when he granted that interview, after the president had sacked him from the position, he told them, listen, since I left the place, everybody has gone back into the forest, including government officials. So what happened? When the government heard this, bam, come here, follow me. The government heard this, bam, they sent the police to come after him. They thought they could frighten him. That's what the government does. Oh, police should probe this. And some of us said it. Prof, this is the opportunity for you to leave your words. Police probe Professor Frimpong Boateng's Jubilee House Galamsey allegations. Jubilee House is our White House here, right? To those of us who are watching from Sierra Leone, Mauritania, Madagascar, and all the places, when you hear Jubilee House, that is our White House, the seat of the president. So they unleashed the police. And Frimpong Boateng went there with his documents. And bam, look what is happening now. Professor Frimpong Boateng names top government officials engaged in illegal mining, aka Galamsey. Run the rhythm. This is what? Former Minister of Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation, Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boateng, has named some top government officials as being engaged in the illegal mining kanka, popularly known as Galamsey. The renowned professor who served under President AKUFO-ADDO'S during his first term insisted that the rot goes as high as the government seat, the Jubilee House. President AKUFO-ADDO last month tasked the police to investigate allegations. But MyJoyOnline.com has intercepted a 36-page document written by Professor Boateng addressed to the President, the Chief of Staff and the police. In the said document, the renowned surgeon mentions some individuals he claims frustrated his effort and the committee he chaired from addressing the canker. Throughout our struggle with illegalities in the small-scale mining sector, what baffled me was the total disregard of the president's commitment to protecting the environment. Leave it there. Hi! This is a former government appointee, a minister. That's what he wrote. Throughout our struggle with illegalities in the small-scale mining sector, what baffled me was the total disregard of the president's commitment to protecting the environment. My God. No wonder somebody said he's the mother serpent of corruption in Ghana. Nana Akufo-Addo pretends that he's an angel, yet he's the devil's grandfather, Satan's grandfather. Run the rhythm. What does it say? I can state without any equivocation that many party officials from the national to the unit committee level had their friends, PAs, agents, relatives, financiers, or relatives engaged in illegal mining. Most of them engaged Chinese working for them. I am not referring to party people who had their legitimate concession and were mining sustainably as they were instructed to. Did you hear that? There are appointees in the Jubilee House that are doing or supporting illegal mining or interfering with the fight against the menace, excerpts of the document said. Professor Frimpong also accused a former NPP MP in the Ashanti region of selling illegally acquired concessions at 200,000 Ghana cedis each. According to him, this infuriated the party in the constituency. So during the 2020 primaries to select a candidate, the electorate voted against NPP MP and then sitting MP who was more resourced than other candidates. And we all know who this guy is. He has so much power. He will sell illegally acquired parcels of land to people, 200,000 Ghana cedis per parcel of land for illegal mining. Although there were allegations that he camped delegates and attempted to bribe them, he lost to a lesser known individual who did not have any financial muscle. Professor Frimpong Boateng earlier in March insisted that the rod goes as high as the government seat, Jubilee House. In an interview with state broadcaster GBC, the former minister said these individuals supervised his ousting from the ministry in order to continue perpetrating the canker. Come here. Professor Boateng stressed that the allegations of some 500 missing excavators from illegal miners in 2020 were fabrications of persons in government to get him out of the way. Following the revelation, there were calls from a cross-section of Ghanaians for state security agencies to look into that. Dash. So these criminals in Nana Akufo-Addo's government have been mentioned. They will not be mentioned here for obvious reasons. But the good old professor has written everything and has sent everything to the president. This is a dirty-minded president who can sit on this investigation and do nothing about it. We all know about the by-election that had some MPs slapped and guns fired. When a committee was set up with the taxpayers' money to investigate this, what did they do? They sat on the report and told us point blank that they would not heed some portions of the report. We have heard about how Aisha Huang entered in and out of this country, even though she was banished from entering this country, in fact, deported to China. The latest reports we are hearing, she missed her husband, and for that matter, she had to come through a flower border to come and have sex with her husband because she missed the husband. What is this nonsense? Couldn't the husband have come to China? Couldn't they have met in Togo? Is it not possible to kiss in Togo? Or is it not possible to have sex in Benin? You have been banished from entering this country. It is an idiotic reason for wanting to enter this country. If your husband is in this country, is he a statue? Can't he move? And that's what Aisha Huang is saying. She entered back into the country all because she missed her husband. This is what her lawyers are saying. In fact, some of these allegations and communications are so absurd that I do not expect lawyers of quality to be bringing out this. Is the husband a statue? Couldn't they have met in China? Couldn't they have met in Japan? Couldn't they have met in Togo or the Ivory Coast or any other place? Is it not possible to kiss and have sex outside Ghana? Come here. Follow me. It is sad. But hear me now. We have traitors in the country who don't respect any iota of patriotism. It's money they look at. For money, they'll behave like Judas. Sell out their own. They have no eyes to look at the broader picture. They are so egotistical and so parochial in their thinking. They only look at what is served in front of them. And that ends it. It hurts me that I live in a country with people like that. I don't know why it is so, but that is what it is. To the good old professor, you have lived your word. I appreciate you. In fact, you are a man that will continue to have my respect. I appreciate you that you stood firm and made sure that you lived your words. We will follow this story to its conclusion. In the interim, when we return, we got more. Hey! Wayo! This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo. And here we speak truth to power. The main target of a crime-infested area is not about punishing the criminals. It's about preventing the youth from being trained into crime. W.E.B. Du Bois. Think about it. Now the Galamsey field has become an open classroom for unemployed youth. Criminals are teaching them the art of criminology. They will come out as hardened criminals. Galamsey would only be a passing phase for them. They will pick up greater mantles of crime and nobody can stop them. It is time to nip the bud. In fact, nip it in the bud. It is time to nip the crime in the bud. Come here. Watch me. Next story. What does it say? Hear me now. 20 schools in Ghana caught stealing electricity for years. Why? Are you training the children to be thieves? Is the headmaster a thief? The authorities of the school, are they teaching the children thievery or thuggery? What are they really teaching the children? You have a school and all you do is to steal electricity and you don't care about that. An electricity company has to suffer. When doom so happens, they are the first to come out and make noise. Oh, erratic power supply. Yet you are the thieves who are stealing power. 20 senior high schools in the Ashanti region are engaging in power thefts. My God. Power theft. Ashanti region alone. 20. Come here, my Lord. The Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG, says some 20 senior high schools in the Ashanti region are engaging in power theft. According to ECG, these schools sourced power in the national grid without passing through the approved process as laid down by the law to secure power from ECG. The manager for revenue protection in the Ashanti region for ECG, Engineer Kofi Danso, said this in an interview with Captain Koda on the Kumasi-based OTEC 102.9 FM's morning show Support on Tuesday, April 18, 2023. We have also detected some 20 senior high schools in the region use private electricians to connect power illegally without our notice. He noted that ECG has deployed its task force to visit all senior high schools in the region and check their connection status and resolve. He noted that ECG has deployed its task force and they are all going around there checking. And they are supposed to resolve any hiding problems. He, however, cautioned the headmasters of senior high schools to stop engaging in power theft to avoid being dragged to court. The Electricity Company of Ghana almost a month ago announced that it will embark on a massive disconnection exercise in a bid to mobilize revenue from March 20 to April 20, 2023. The exercise, according to ECG, was to retrieve over 5 billion outstanding bills from its customers from the month of September 2022 to February 2023. Come here. These schools are supposed to be training our future leaders. Dash it away. They're supposed to be training our future leaders. And they are already beginning on a false step, a faux pas. It is so sad. I am hurt. What is happening to us? What is this? You are stealing. And some of these headmasters are Christians. Some are Muslims. They pray 5 times a day. They fast in the month of Ramadan. And the Christian ones, they speak tongues more than Paul himself. These are the headmasters who gather the school children to come and pray so they can pass their exams. Yet they are stealing power. How will the nation grow? Do you sing the national anthem in your schools? God bless our homeland, Ghana, and make our nation great and strong, bold to defend forever the cause of freedom and of right. Fill our hearts with true humility, make us fearless, cherish honesty, and make us to resist oppressors, rule with our will and might forevermore. Make us fearless, cherish honesty. Oh, Jesus. Make us fearless. Cherish honesty. That is the backbone of the national anthem. Forget every other thing. Every other thing is music. That is what Ghana needs right now. Fearless enough to cherish honesty. If Ghanaians can be 1% honest, this nation will be heaven. We are not honest. People come all the way from America and England, black people who have worked their ass dry to come and set up companies. Unemployment situation is supposed to be dealt with. We bring them in to come and work for us, and they steal from the company. And when the company goes bankrupt, they are the same people who run around with their files again, job hunting. Are you crazy or you are mad? They do not treat other people's businesses like their own businesses. And yet when it is time for them to employ other people, they expect that these people will treat their businesses like their own. They have forgotten the boomerang effect. When you throw a ball to the wall, it bounces back into your face. Honesty. If you don't have it, forget it. I have never seen one honest man who has been disgraced in life. We need honesty. Who is preaching honesty? The churches are no more preaching honesty. They are preaching dishonesty. They are preaching about how you can use olive oil to be richer than King Solomon. They are teaching how you can pass your exams without studying. They are teaching how you can go to the bush and forget your classroom and pray in tongues so that you'll be a great man. After all, seek ye first the kingdom of God. Hallelujah. That is the foolishness we are teaching the generation. The generation is taught that success comes before hard work, forgetting to remind them that it is only in the English dictionary where success comes before work. It hurts me that these students are being demonized with stolen power. I'm surprised the names of the schools have not been mentioned. Now ECG is begging them to stop stealing. ECG, rise. Don't you have systems that would have to cut power off immediately or detect illegal connection? In the 21st century, you still have to move from people's houses and be reading meters. Are you crazy? ECG, you must live up to modernity. You are still sending people to go from house to house. Dogs are chasing them. And therefore, they cannot disconnect. Neither can they read meters. The other day, they went to McDonald's Electrochem. And they sent tax to chase all the electricity meter readers away. They would not allow them access, as we were told. Because McDonald had been busy stealing power. Such thieves are with us. He's a big man. Don't say he's a thief. He's a thief. Come on, thief. It doesn't matter how big you are. If you steal, you are a thief. A small thief is the same thief if he's a bigger thief. What is wrong with us? Shame on you, all those schools in the Ashanti region. As for Greater Accra region, I'm sure if they come here, they will see millions of schools that are stealing electricity. Ole! Ole! Akromfo ma. Na me betwe amoka. Akromfo barayi. Yaram barayi. Shegu barayi. Na yeruya fiafi. Hey! Wayo!
Skipper George.
Blackpot. Coco show them.
This is the Blakk Pot, aka AKUFO-ADDO'S, and here we speak truth to power. Next story, and there it comes. What does it say? 2.5 million goes missing at Tor, and that's Tema Oil Refinery. This is Tor. Yes, Nkrumah put this in place. 2.5 years later, he was ousted. Let me give you some facts about Tor, so you get to know exactly what we're talking about. So welcome. This is my welcome address to you. I'm taking you through Tor. Come here. Watch me. Hey. It says, it is my pleasure to welcome you to Tema Oil Refinery, Tor Limited. And this is the website. The site has been reviewed to provide up-to-date information on the refinery's operations. It was established when? 1963. And being the premier and stellar refinery in Africa, the whole of Africa, Tor strives to achieve the president's vision of reforming and transforming the country's oil and gas sector to ensure efficiency whilst meeting the energy demands of Ghana and the sub-region. And this president is Nkrumah they are talking about. Not Nana AKUFO-ADDO. Kwame Nkrumah. Tema Oil Refinery Tor Limited is Ghana's only refinery established in 1963 to enhance the country's economic investment and development program. Crude oil is used as the refinery's main raw material for production, which is usually imported from neighboring Nigeria and transferred through pipelines to the refinery storage tanks for processing into several finished products for consumption. The refinery is situated in Tema, 24 kilometers east of the capital, Accra, approximately. This is the final slide I want to show you. Our current refined products are liquefied petroleum gas, LPG, gasoline, that's petrol, kerosene, aviation turbine kerosene, that's Jet A, gas oil, and that is diesel, premix, naphtha, that is also there, fuel oil, and cracked fuels. That's what we produce. So you see, when it was established by Kwame Nkrumah, you saw the vision, and they import crude oil from Nigeria. Right now, we have also discovered a lot of crude oil, part of which is supposed to be going here. But rather, you know what they do? They sell that out. They export it instead of trying to refine it. The last time we saw a tanker, in fact, a shipload of oil coming into the country, we're told it was coming from Russia. When we have Tor, when we have our own crude oil. But look what is happening. 2.5 million worth of fuel condensates for Tor gone missing. $2.5 million worth of fuel condensates for Tor gone missing. And this is Napo. He's the minister in charge. He used to be the minister of education, and he made some abominable statements about Kwame Nkrumah. The ghost of Kwame Nkrumah chased him to Tor, where that ghost is still chasing him, and he's suffering over there. The Minister for Energy, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, has revealed that crude condensation of about 2.5 million allocated to the Tema Oil Refinery is reportedly missing. The minister, widely known as Napo, speaking to the media on April 2023, said that the fund was part of a business opportunity for the refinery to produce premix fuel from condensates from Ghana gas. I gave Tor a new business opportunity in the premix fuel market, that all the condensate from Ghana gas should be used for making premix fuel. The last time I heard, over $2.5 million worth of condensate had gone missing from Tor. He said his revelation comes days after workers of the refinery commenced a series of demonstrations demanding for the revamping of the refinery. Dash it away. You see? It might be true what he's saying. $2.5 million worth of fuel condensates, crude oil gone missing. The same workers will steal, and they are the same people who come and demonstrate. They are the same people when TOR is closed. They will go around saying they are unemployed, but they cause their own unemployment. I don't know if $2.5 million have actually been stolen worth of fuel condensates. But I will not be surprised if this is so. They are careless. The minister is careless. Those who are supposed to be checking it are careless. Where is the security in charge of that? Such a huge amount of money. No security. Minister will come and back in the media, and that's it. Oh, it's been stolen. I'm doing my best to keep the place afloat. But no, they are stealing. So what? Where's the security? These are people, when they retire finally, they build mansions. And when you look at their bank accounts in Switzerland, you are shocked. All these missing monies. In fact, they got missing, and a lot of them were relocated into their accounts. Some of these ministers, that's how they behave. They steal from the nation, declare that as missing, but they relocate that into their accounts. When will Africa grow? And the workers of TOR, please be patriotic. Be patriotic. Those of you who are not should be right now. You see, it's because of some of these reasons, and I'm going to say something that many people may not agree with me. It's because of some of these things. The mind Nkrumah had to establish an outfit like TOR. But wicked people come in and steal. Once in a while, you hear explosions and people are dying. Because wicked minds, God removes them because they are refusing to repent. Explosion, you hear boom. And you hear that, oh, that guy who has been stealing, blah, 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 he died. Oh, they will die one after the other. I pray, Father in heaven, if there are people there who are stealing, explode them. Take them all out. If the minister himself is a thief, explode him. Let him go. We are tired of thieves. Electricity thieves, oil thieves, headmaster thieves. Thief, 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 thief. Kachare. Next item. What that? We are done. Drake suit. Ghana will respect spoken word now. Poets are not respected in Ghana. There was a time an American Haitian-born artist was coming to Ghana to play, Wyclef Jean. There was a poet, a renowned poet from Ghana. He went to recite a poem, and the stadium booed him right from when he started and kicked him off. I am a poet. One of the biggest songs ever made in Africa was made by me, Barack Obama. One of the biggest. One of the biggest reggae songs ever made in Africa. Right here. When it came out, many were those, what is he doing? We want to hear people singing and you two are just talking. They don't respect spoken word. No, they don't. They don't. So when they are inviting performers, poets are not invited. Well, we all know what happened. Obrafour sued Drake, Canadian rapper Drake, for sampling his music. And we all wanted to hear the music and find out, what part of the music did he sample? And we realized that it was a spoken word. Somebody spoke, and Drake was interested in that. You see the bushy-haired gentleman with a dark face on the right, far right. He's called Manche. Aikwe. Is it Aite? Aite. That's him, Manche. Manche said, "Killer cut, Blakk. Killer cut. Killer cut." In the intro of the song. And when Drake heard it, he listened to the music, and all that attracted him was that speech. Killer cut. Manche did this 20 years ago. 20. According to him, he was never paid by Obrafour. The producer never paid him. And when there was an opportunity to have Drake sample this, Obrafour kept it to himself, the owner of the music. And all of a sudden, when Drake used it, they want to go to Drake to ask for 10 million American dollars. Manche also called his court. Yes, he said, you can't claim compensation on my intellectual property. Manche calls out Obrafour over Drake's suit. Manchani Ayikwe has called out Obrafour over his suit against Drake for sampling his song without his permission. In a court document that has surfaced online, the Ghanaian rapper is demanding 10 million from Drake for sampling his Oye or Hine remix on his track, Calling My Name, without seeking permission from him. The part of Obrafour's song that Drake sampled is a sound bite. You see, they are calling it a sound bite. Not even spoken word, sound bite. That says, Killer Cut Blakk, which Manche has come out to say that it is his voice. Of course, it's his voice, but it's part of the music. And this is what Manche has also written to Drake. He has tagged Drake, tweeted at him. He said, hello Drake, the intellectual property, more specifically the Killer Cat sound, which was sampled in the song Calling My Name, belongs to me, Manche Ayikwe, and not to Obrafour. Drake rights to the song Killer Cat sound were never relinquished to Obrafour and was used by Edward Nana Opoku Osei, aka Hammer, producer of Obrafour's album, on Obrafour's song as he did with others. My lawyer, Kofi Bentel, Esquire, of Lex Praxis Incorporated, blah, 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 is pursuing this matter, and has informed me of a lawsuit against you solely in the name of Obrafour. Dash. So you see, the lawsuit, according to Manche, is only in the name of Obrafour. Have you seen the lawsuit? That means Obrafour wants to go for it, and he will decide what he can give Petri to the others. He didn't involve all of them. Yes, it didn't involve the others. According to what Manche said, did it involve the others? Did it not involve the others? Was Obrafour trying to be greedy? According to Manche, for 20 years, Obrafour never called him to say, take a penny for that spoken word in there. This will help Ghana respect their poets. It will help Ghana, in fact, open their eyes to poetry. The whole album that Drake probably had, he was only interested in a 20-year-old spoken word, Killer Cut, and is ready to pay for that. Can we respect poets now? Again, I still believe that they could have all sat down to agree, to take out greed, and even approached Drake, who had initially tried to meet with them to seek permission to use it, so that they would sit together and deal with this issue. But they decided to go to court. We wish them all the best. Well, this has been the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushodomo, where we speak truth to power. And remember, we are ably supported by Is It, in spirit, in truth. Yes, if you're tired of social media's violence and all the nudity and nakedness and racism, then this is your app. We have powerful algorithms that will sap out any negativity that is not supposed to be seen on social media. Right there on Is It. And Is It is that platform where you can go live, you can upload your photographs, meet great people, promote your business for free. Just download it from App Store and Google Play for free and be there. I am also there. Let's meet and talk and enjoy ourselves. Remember to also subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's called Blakk Empire Media. Blakk is spelled B-L-A-K-K, Empire Media. And click on the notification button so that every day you get this quality, yes, opinionated show coming your way. My name is Blakk Rasta, and I want to say thank you so much. I do appreciate it and I love you. We'll see you again. Hey! Wayo!